subject of the creative process and multiple intelligence, meaning that everyone has certain abilities. There are some people who are very good musically, and there are some people very good at math, like physicists like Einstein. And there are people who are spatial, mechanical, which is where I come in. And that's three-dimensional sculpture, painting, and creating dimensions on flat surfaces. So that worked for me, and so I connect with Howard Gardner, and I support his theories and love to see them put into practice in the school system. So that's of vital importance today.
You think our school systems don't promote enough creativity?
That's a good question, because there are a lot of kids that their learning styles are visual, like I was, and therefore they like to see things. They like to see the demonstration. They respond to that, And in my case, I enjoyed doing things, and I think creativity is really associated with producing things, making things. Like making models, made trophies, designed floor covering. I'm a person who says yes to everything.
So your early days with your influences, they fostered your creativity and gave you a foundation that you've built upon.
Exactly. These people are really the outgrowth of the problem that I've had. And I'm finding out that it's not so much a problem with me. It was the school system that's behind in identifying the students who have their particular learning skills. And that's what Howard Gardner is all about, is that he identified, I think, 7, but there's many more. There are people who can jump higher than other people. I mean, it's a certain skill, it's a certain ability. And then, of course, there's the math, and, no one should feel inadequate because they say, oh, Einstein was so intelligent. I says, yes, but he couldn't do sculpture like me. And he couldn't build a telescope. But he knew how to do his math, that's for sure. So the point here is that we all have these gifts to cultivate. And these people simply were very curious about their own gifts and cultivated them, and look what happened to them. I mean, I've done a whole series of sculptures on those kind of people, as you know. I did Isaac Newton, and I did Ben Franklin, another great inventor, a creative person. And so it goes on and on. I think I've done over 30 people now that you go to my website and see them, and I ship these things out all over the country. People order them, and as well as prints that we do locally. As you know, we do a lot of historic type documentation with painting and then make replica prints and selling them.
You were telling me about a few of your sculptures you're working on now. You finished recently for entertainer Willie Nelson.
Yes.
And you were talking about him being categorized in your webpage under independent people, or is that what were you saying?
No, I put him under the category of American Masters.
American Masters.
Yeah, that's a whole series now. So I kind of isolated all the American sculptures that I've done. Like Ben Franklin, he's there. He's in there. Willie Nelson's in there with Ben Franklin and Thomas Edison, of course. So all those people, all those sculptures are in that particular area, and that's been proving successful for me.